Hello, it's your boy Dior. This is the Dior Kezimana podcast, episode episode six. Sixth episode. Uh, Again, Heineken, my brother. Heineken, I want to be my sponsor for the Dior Kezimana podcast. So yeah. So here we go. Let's get started. Today, this is one of my best friends since 2015. We went to college together. Really cool guy. This is Vlad Ruxanda. Brasso, Romania. Represent. Today we're gonna be discussing football, our favorite sport. We love the game. Chelsea fan. They're very bad this year. We're not gonna get into that. Real Madrid fan. The kings of Europe. The kings of football. So, so man, Charles, can you please tell me, Charles, I know you, tell me yours, tell us about you, your introduction, where you from, how old were you when you started playing football, what's your personal football experience?
Hi guys, so as my boy here introduced, my name is Vlad. For those of you who don't know me, I'm from Eastern Europe, from Romania to be more specific. I would say for me, I've always liked football or soccer. Ever since I was a little kid, being from Eastern Europe, obviously, everybody in Europe watches soccer. Yes. We don't call it soccer, we call it football. Everybody watches it. So for me, it was always a staple in my household every time. I've always played, even as a little kid, I've always played it. I've never really played professional, but I've always played here and there, pick up soccer here and there places, right? I think my biggest regret in life, to be honest, to you as a real friend and as a man, my biggest regret is actually not playing it professionally, because I feel if I actually got into it, I would have had the skill and the talent. I would have had the skill and the talent. And if I would have gotten the right training, I would have had the skill and the talent to actually be able to play. And who knows, maybe right now I'll be probably somewhere in Europe playing on the biggest stadium in the world, which is Santiago Bernabeu, which is my favorite team. Let's not get into the whole 4-0 loss against Manchester City. That was brutal. I don't want to talk about that.
City is whack.
But at least we finished second in La Liga, like you guys. I'm sorry, but you guys messed up this season. Bad season for you guys. Yeah, let's not get into that discussion. 12th. At least you guys didn't get relegated. So you got a reason to celebrate tonight. That's why you're drinking Heineken. So yeah. And then what was your other question? The highlight, football highlight?
Did you play for any club back home or here? Did you have any club experience? To experience, what it's like to play for a club?
I played pickup for various Kitchener teams, but
how old were you when you became a football fan? I was, I think, 4 or 5.
Oh, I was like 6, 7, maybe 8.
And when did you become a Real Madrid fan? How old were you then?
Probably back in like early 2000s, talking to my uncle. My uncle is a Real Madrid fan, and he used to always tell me
I forgot about that.
He always used to tell me about that banger goal that Zidane scored in 2002 final against Bayer Leverkusen.
My favorite football goal ever.
Yeah, probably for me, definitely up there.
I think it's the best goal ever.
For me, definitely up there. Probably one of the greatest of all time. Not the greatest, but definitely up there with the greatest goals of all time, in my opinion. And for me, being a little kid, nothing brought me more joy than, streaming on, in the evening after I finished all my homework, streaming onto the channel and watching Champions League football at 10 p.m. Nothing brought me more joy as a kid. Hearing the theme song and seeing the atmosphere and listening to the fans chant and sing, I just imagine myself one day being there, and one day I will be there, whether as a fan or as a player or as a commentator or as an analyst. I will be there one day. So I just gotta hope and keep praying that it's going to happen, and if you set your mind to it, it will happen. because I'm a firm believer that whatever you manifest will happen, right? You gotta manifest positivity, and you gotta chase and manifest your dreams for them to actually happen.
Yeah, Santiago Bernabeu it will be a great experience to go there. I can't even imagine us watching on the screen. Mm-hmm. And who's your favorite Real Madrid player ever? If you cannot say that, who's your top three? It doesn't have to be in order. If it's easier for you, just give me a top three or top five.
Top three?
Not necessarily in order, not necessarily. But give me a top three or top five.
Well, top five. You already know who top one is. You already know who number one is.
I thought so, yes.
You already know.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Shout out to my favorite players ever.
Number one favorite Real Madrid player of all time. Saved us, got us out of trouble so many times.
Is that favorite player ever or only favorite player?
I would say favorite player ever, even as a Real Madrid fan and not as a Real Madrid fan. He was a beast when he was at United. He was a beast when he was at Real Madrid. He was a beast when he went to Juventus. He went back to Manchester United like what, a year ago. He got disrespected. Yes.
I like Ten Hag.
And you cannot treat a legend.
No.
Like
not a legend that high. This is people. You can't touch them.
You can't treat a legend like Ten Hag treated Ronaldo. You buy him, and then you bench him. Right? But number one for me, it will always be Ronaldo. Number two, probably Zinedine Zidane, because he's the reason why they won. He's the main reason they won in 2002.
Yeah, it was the main reason.
Exactly, when he scored a bicycle kick against Bayer Leverkusen. And then number three.
Oh, no, it was a volley, but with his left foot.
Yes.
Super hard volley though.
Yeah.
Super hard volley.
And I'm pretty sure it was from outside the box too, right?
Yeah.
And then probably number three, Benzema.
Oh, Karim.
Even though Benz has kind of aged last couple of years, and obviously he's like, 36 now, 35. He's still, after Ronaldo left, he stepped up. He took over the team, and he was the leading goal scorer.
He left the keys. Ronaldo left the keys to him.
Yeah, so Ronaldo passed the keys. He's like, here, bro, here's the keys to the whip. Here's the keys to the Bugatti. So he gave him the keys to the Bugatti, and then Benzema finished the job. Now, obviously, with everything that's happened, and sad day today as a Real Madrid fan, I just found out Marco Asensio's leaving after 7 seasons.
I'm a huge Asensio fan for many years. He knows it.
Yes.
I've been ripping this guy
since
day one.
Sad day. Also sad day in football world in general. I'm not even...
Why do you think he never quite worked out for him? I wanted so bad to see him become like this next big star at Real Madrid. He was a big star, but he was not, like Ronaldo or Benzema or some of the Euro strikers, like Raúl González,
Yes.
Fantastic player.
Yes, I remember that. I think the problem...
Injuries? He had some injuries.
He had some injuries, but I think the main problem was too much competition.
Oh yeah, Real Madrid is not easy, okay.
It's not easy to play for Real Madrid. There's so many players. The bench alone is... The value of the bench alone is probably the same as the starting 11.
Wow.
Like the starting 11 is, I think, valued close to 1 billion, and the bench is probably valued at close to 1 billion as well, which is insane. One club has a squad worth like almost 2 billion euros, right? Which is why last night when we were at Melwich, I actually saw they're the most valuable club in the world right now.
Okay.
I think their net worth right now is like 6.5 billion euros, which I'm not really surprised, right?
Yeah.
They won 14 Champions League trophies. They won a record 33 La Liga titles. They won like 5 Super Cups or something like that, right? They have their stadium alone. I cannot imagine. It's probably packed on any regular day. Whether it's a Champions League game or a Liga game, it's probably always packed, right? So I'm not surprised that they're the most valuable team in the world when, most friends that I know, if they're not Barcelona fans, they're Real Madrid fans. or anybody who's not a United fan or any Premier League fan is either a Real Madrid fan or Barcelona fan.
Yeah.
Also, to get sidetracked a little bit, I know that, I'm not a Barcelona fan, but it's a sad day in football because I just found out that Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba are leaving Barcelona after what? Sergio Busquets being with Barcelona since what, 2011?
I think 2010.
Yeah, that's 13 years ago.
Wow.
And Jordi Alba's been with Barcelona for how long now?
I think around the same era.
Yeah.
I think they came through, they bought Barcelona
That's
for
wild.
products. And
That's wild. So a sad day in football. I'm not even a Barcelona fan. You don't have to be Barcelona fan. It's just a sad day. Right. Sad day because Asensio's leaving. Right. Makes me wonder why. If it's just because his contract ran out,
yeah.
or if it has to do with other issues. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's kind of sad. I hope that maybe one day he'll come back again, either as a player or as a coach. Right, but we don't know what the future holds for now.
So. And what do you think Real Madrid go from now? Before we get into the Champions League, what do you think? What do you want for the next season? Who do you want there? Who do you want gone? Do you want it or maybe you want the same team but more players, strikers? You like strikers?
Yes, they lack strikers. The only natural striker they have is Karim Benzema.
Yeah, today especially with the Kezimana.
Benz is the only striker they have, and Benz is a great player, terrific player, fantastic footballer, but he's aging. He's like 35, 36 years old. He's not as efficient as he was even 2 years ago or 2 seasons ago when Ronaldo left, or when was it?
He's not even the Benzema of last season when he won the Ballon d'Or in the Champions League. Well, it's close, but the edge is becoming a problem again.
I want the same team, but we need a striker, at least a striker. And I hope that after all the racism with Vinicius, I really hope that he's going to stay.
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate.
I hope that Vinicius is not going to leave. Because
Vinicius
leaving would be a massive blow to the team. Because I know how much I've watched Vinicius play since the first time he stepped on the pitch to now. He was a fantastic player when he first started, but he made a lot of mistakes, obviously, because he was a rookie, right?
Yeah, very brave. He didn't pass enough before.
He didn't pass enough. His finishing was not all up there.
No.
So yeah, obviously he had some problems in the beginning, but now the last couple of years, he's definitely improved a lot. Even I think his FIFA rating went from maybe in the 70s to probably high 80s now to 90s. So he's definitely improved a lot. And I really hope that he's not leaving Real Madrid because it would be a massive blow. If he's
the main guy now, isn't he?
They already lost Asensio.
Yeah, he's the main guy now, isn't he? Vinicius. He's the main guy.
He's the main guy. Yeah. Vinicius is the main guy. Yeah. He's been the main guy for a while now.
Yeah.
Right, so.
Even last season, Benzema was the best player. Vinicius won you the Champions League. He won he scored the only goal of that final.
He did. It's true. Yeah.
And so you ready for the Champions League? Let's break it down. Champions League season. Some upsets this year. We saw you guys come back from 2 down at Anfield. Nobody comes back at Anfield. When Liverpool scored 2-0, it's over normally, right?
Yes.
But explain this roller coaster of your club and the Champions League. How you guys went from being the best team in the Champions League to losing your first place in the Liga. You had beat Barcelona. You beat Barcelona 3-1 in the first game in the Liga.
Yes.
What do you think happened? Actually, we're talking about Real Madrid and the Champions League. What do you think happened? What do you think happened to Real Madrid? Was it injuries? Was it Alaba? Alaba turns out was a big miss because he missed more than half the season. Do you think that's why these problems started? You guys were killing in Europe. You were killing in the Liga. Do you think Alaba was the main reason why there was that weird fall this season? Even though it's not a fall, but didn't win the Champions League, we did win the Liga.
Well, definitely Alaba had to do with it somehow.
Yes.
Right, because he's a midfielder. He's a very important player in Real Madrid, right? but
No, he's a center back.
he's center back.
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah.
he's a very important player. But I feel like more than just that, there was just a lot more to it. There was like a lot of injuries, and I feel like
Even Lucas Vasquez, wasn't he?
yeah, and I feel like the biggest problem with Real Madrid, it's always they're always inconsistent. They always manage to get injured halfway through the season. They do well, and then all of a sudden they just manage to get injured, and half the team just gets injured.
Even Benzema was injured.
And Benzema was injured for a while. Yes, Benzema was injured for a while. I think Vasquez was injured for a while. I think I don't know if Asensio was, but yeah, Alaba was for a while. Yeah, so they honestly I'm not surprised that they managed to blow their lead, because I know for the longest time that Real Madrid was the leader in La Liga.
Yeah, comfortably. You guys were comfortable at first place.
And then they lost to they had some really questionable results against some really small teams. I believe they lost to Cadiz, and I believe they lost to Girona, if I'm not mistaken, right? So that was a major surprise. But the biggest disappointment for me is 4-0 against Manchester City. But I know Manchester City is a good team.
Yeah, but before we get into that,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about the Champions League, because we talk about what happened to Real Madrid this season. It was some bad luck with injuries.
Yes,
to be honest,
usual.
that didn't happen. I think they were going to win the Champions League.
Most probably.
So now the Champions League. What did you make of it? I know the Champions League is our favorite competition, or football competition.
Of course. Mine is too, of course.
Premier League, I'm a huge fan, but Champions League to me is the best one. Since I was a kid,
I'm a huge
watching
Premier
those
League
games
fan
when we were
too,
kids, at 10 p.m. with our parents, that was great memories, right?
Yeah.
What did you make of it? What surprised you the most? What did you like about it? What club disappointed you the most? What club impressed you the most? Who do you think was the biggest upset? Who was the best player you think in this Champions League season? This the best football competition for me. Actually, not just for me. The best football competition in Champions League. Sorry. And just a little shout out to my bro Patience Gakunzi brand. Talk your shit. Little advertising. I love this stuff, man. I got you, man. I get way more stuff. I get a lot of stuff of your brand, so talk your shit, man. Thank you, Patience, for the cool brand, and you guys check it out, man. You guys get your own talk your shit stuff, all right? This is a great brand, really cool brand. Shout out to Patience and his brand. Keep them coming, man. Keep doing your thing, man. All right, but Champions League. Who talk about who surprised you the most. Who disappointed you the most. What did you make of the Champions League season? Do you think it was better than last season? Do you think it was as good? VAR is becoming a big problem, but
Yes.
we don't maybe not talk about VAR right now. Let's just talk about the competition itself. What did you make of it, man? What did you make of it, bro?
Honestly, I think it was a really good competition, and I was actually impressed by the fact that Inter Milan and AC Milan both qualified.
Yeah.
Right. The first time in like I don't know how many years the two Italian teams qualified past the round of 16 or something like that.
Right.
So yeah, and I think the biggest upset obviously was Real Madrid losing 4-0, but another big upset was Real Madrid being able to come back and beat Liverpool. What was it, 4-2?
I think it was 5-2.
5-2, yeah.
So me that game, Sam and his girlfriend were here. It was 2-0 when we left.
Yes.
I think we only left 15 minutes to go to the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
We come back and it's 5-2 already. We were shocked.
I was at work and I had my notifications on and I checked the score and I saw 1-0 Liverpool. I'm like, oh no. And I saw the 5 minutes later, I'm like 2-0. I'm like, I'm like, what is this? And then I check my phone, and I hear my phone go off again, and I see the notification, live score, and I'm like, I don't want to check. This is probably 3-0. And I check my phone, And I'm like, oh no, it's 2-1. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh my god, they tied 2-2.
The brilliant Vinicius finish.
Yeah, and then my phone keeps going off, and I'm like 3-2. I'm like, no way. I'm like, okay, well 3-2 is a good score. And then I'm like, okay, I'm like just working, doing my thing, and then a couple minutes later, my phone goes off again. 4-2. I'm like, oh my god. And then again, I check my phone 5-2, and I'm like, wow. And right away, my thought was like, I wish I was at home right now watching this game, because it's probably one of those games, like they've always done in the past, when they were losing down, when they were losing badly, and then they came back. I remember a couple years ago when they lost, what, 2-0 to Wolfsburg or 3-0 to Wolfsburg.
Oh yeah, I think it was 2-0.
2-0.
They came back to win 3-0.
Yeah, in the second leg, Ronaldo scored a hat-trick. The one and only, the GOAT, the god of football.
2015, 16?
I think so.
I think that's what it
There was one that, what was that Spanish guy? What was his name? The guy that scored for Wolfsburg. What was his name? The Spanish guy. The Hispanic guy. I forgot his name. The guy with the ponytail. I forgot his name.
I don't know.
Gomez? I think his name was Gomez.
Was it?
I think he scored 2 goals in the first leg.
Yeah.
And Real Madrid had a really poor performance that game, because I remember watching the game. The second game I couldn't watch because I think I was at work. Or I don't even, no, I wasn't at work, because I think I was at school. No, actually I did watch the second, I watched the second leg, and I was losing my mind because they were literally down 2-0, and I was like, there's no way they're coming back. And of course, who's there to rescue us? Ronaldo, my boy.
There was a nice free kick in that game too.
My brother from another mar, all the way from Portugal, from Madeira, from Funchal, my boy. But yeah, it was a. But let's go back to the season this year.
Who surprised you the most? Napoli?
Probably Napoli, yes. Napoli
We
definitely.
won't talk to Real today, just the Champions League.
Napoli didn't.
How did they do it? How did Napoli play, I think, the best football in the Champions League season? They don't have superstars.
They're just
They have some
great.
great players.
They're just great. They just have good team chemistry.
Di Lorenzo? I think Di Lorenzo. He's
Lorenzo.
I would say he's a real great player, but he's not world class.
Di Lorenzo. They have Di Lorenzo. They have Foz. They have tell me some other names they have, but they have a lot of.
The big guy from Lille. What's his name? The big striker.
Yeah.
Osimhen.
Yes, Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
They have Osimhen.
He's great player. Actually, really great player now. But they don't have any superstars. So, it's impressive. How do you think they did it? Just a great team spirit.
Just great team chemistry, man. Look, you don't have to have a team of superstars to win.
Right.
I mean, look at Paris Saint-Germain. They've been struggling for so many years to win. And this year they lost to who? Who did they get eliminated by? City, right?
What do you think they can't do at Paris Saint-Germain? I think it's mostly because I speak French, so I'm not really connected to Paris Saint-Germain.
Well, of course,
I like the club.
That makes sense.
What's the problem with that club, man? They're using so much effort trying to win it.
Mm-hmm.
So it hurts me that I still cannot win it. What do you think is the problem? In a short phrase or in a short thought, what do you think is the problem with Paris Saint-Germain?
One word: ego.
Too much ego.
Too much ego, especially from Neymar, from Mbappe, from Sergio Ramos. Too much ego.
So they're not ready to sacrifice some of that ego to win the Champions League.
Too much individual talent, not enough team play, not enough like pass the ball, let me score. It's too much like dribbling, like I'm the best.
Don't want to score yet.
Like if Neymar has the ball,
yeah,
he'd rather try to dribble the whole stadium and run 90 yards instead of passing the ball to like somebody else because he thinks he can score from 90 yards out. That's the problem. It's ego. It's all it is. It's all ego. Whereas Napoli, they don't have superstars, but they have a good team. They have Victor Osimhen. They have They have Di Lorenzo, I think is his name.
Yeah.
What else they have?
Great player.
They have
fantastic player.
Yeah, they have a really solid
still
team.
zero world class player, but they still won a league. And what do you think they lost in the Champions League? Do you think it was they were being tired, or too much pressure, or they underestimated AC Milan?
I think they
Because
underestimated
AC Milan lost to Inter Milan pretty comfortably. Inter Milan beat them pretty comfortably. How did AC Milan beat Napoli? Because that was maybe. Do you think that was the biggest upset in his Champions League?
I would say so.
Yeah. So the team who surprised you the most was Napoli, and biggest upset do you think is AC
Probably,
Milan?
yeah. I think they.
How did they do it? How did they do it, man?
I think they.
I like AC Milan, but how did they beat Napoli? This Napoli of this season.
I think they underestimated them.
Yeah. I think that was the issue.
AC Milan is a good team. I don't know why people think AC Milan is not a good team. They're not as good as the team that won
Right.
Champions League. They don't have Kaká or Ronaldinho or Zidorf or any of those legends anymore. But they got Çalhanoğlu. They still got Ibrahimovic, even though he doesn't really
No,
play.
Çalhanoğlu to Inter Milan now.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
he
he
is
left
Inter
AC
Milan.
Milan
Yeah,
2
but
years ago.
they don't. They still have a solid team, right? So I'm not 100% up to date with AC Milan with the players they play there right now. I know that Ibrahimovic is still there, but he doesn't really play much anymore, right? But yeah, that's a big upset for sure. I would say because Napoli's leader in Serie A, they're like what 15 points ahead of second place, but yeah, they get blown by AC Milan. Like, bro, like really?
I was so surprised. I wanted AC Milan to win that game, but I didn't think they could win, man.
Yeah, well,
It
they
was.
did.
Yeah, so maybe I guess Napoli didn't show up. They took it for granted.
I think
But
they
Champions
did.
League, you know what happens when you take it for granted. You know
Yes,
what happens, man.
yes. I
It's,
know.
that's why it's my favorite competition.
And
It's ruthless. It's ruthless, man.
And I think that's the main reason that Real Madrid lost too. I think they took it for granted. They were like, we can probably.
Oh, they
win
thought we'll beat City last year, so we don't gotta try this year.
this. Yeah, but you gotta realize they played Manchester City. They didn't play like
No, I think
they didn't play some small team.
I think Real Madrid beat City last season. I think somehow it's one of the reasons why they lost because they took it for granted too. They were like, "Yo, we beat this guy last year.
Yeah,
We don't gotta try nothing."
for sure.
And then, you know,
Yeah, but
you know what happened after.
Manchester City right now, even as a Real Madrid fan, they look way stronger on paper and way better on paper than Real Madrid.
You think they were just better than Real Madrid?
Yeah, like look at the plays they have. You can't stop that team. Like I thought that the only team that would be able to stop them would be Arsenal, and then they bottle the league. But let's not get into that. But
Oh, yeah.
City, they're just too good.
Not
They
for
have-
another day to Arsenal.
they have Gundogan, they have De Bruyne, they have Haaland, they have Stones, they have all these fantastic players, right? Like they have an amazing team. So, I mean, Real Madrid do too, but like Real Madrid have lost really great players.
Yeah.
But obviously, right now with Asensio leaving,
Yes.
it's a massive blow,
Yes.
right?
I think he's still a world class player. Just for some reason he couldn't really like be a starter.
Benzema's getting old. Hazard would have been good, but
What
Hazard.
I mean, like as a Chelsea fan, you know, since I was a kid, what do you think Hazard? Like, I was so hurt when he left my club because Chelsea fans, we love you, Hazard, man. We love Hazard. Chelsea fans love Hazard. It's just a fact. What do you think didn't work out for that guy? So a man with such talent, such he got that humility. You know, really really nice guy. He loves football. He loves to play. Do you think it's just injuries? Do you think it was bad luck? Do you think it was too much pressure? They paid a lot of money for him. Do you think that's one of the reasons why it didn't work out?
I think it's a combination of all three. Too much pressure.
Yeah,
First of all, no disrespect to Chelsea, but to play for Chelsea, to play for Real Madrid,
it's not the same.
it's not the same. You're talking about a club that, yeah, they won 2 Champions League trophies and they won a few Premier League titles, but then you're talking about a club that doesn't have as big of a presence in Europe as Real Madrid. Number one. Secondly, bad luck. Yes. Thirdly, injuries. Like I think Hazard spent more time in the hospital than he spent on the bleachers or on the pitch.
Damn.
I think he spent more time in the ambulance than on the stretchers than he did on the pitch. I swear, but it's true.
He's talking out of love, Hazard. If you ever see this video,
He should no, and I feel bad for Hazard because
Yeah.
he was a great player. It's just
he should do what?
he's a great player, but he just like it's crazy how much injuries can change you as a player.
Yeah. No, it was quite a shame, man. It was quite a shame.
That's the same reason why Bale retired so early. Bale is 33. He retired because he had so many injuries that
Yeah,
I
couldn't stay fit anymore.
I just don't think his body could take it anymore. So he
Yeah.
just said, "Screw it, I'm gonna retire." And I think he made a good decision
He had won the Champions League.
because he won the Champions League, he won the La Liga,
Like
he
4
won the
times.
Spanish Super Cup. He's won everything he's ever wanted. The only trophies he's never won are the Euro and the World Cup. But let's be honest, no offense to Wales, but
No.
they're never gonna win Euro or World Cup. They could have beat it
No,
with
the
Aaron Ramsey.
golden generation was when did Bell play with Giggs, but Giggs was at the end of his career. So did they really have a golden generation? But it's not a subtopic for today. But
Yeah.
back to the Champions League. What team disappointed you the most? Was it Real Madrid or you have another team in mind?
Bayern.
How bad did they lost against Manchester City?
What was the final score?
It was 3-0 first game. It was 1-0 second game.
Yes.
So Bayern didn't even try. They didn't put up a fight.
Bayern disappointed me so much this
They
season.
didn't put
So
up, yeah,
much.
they didn't put up a fight. Yeah, it was.
Bayern and obviously Real Madrid. A lot.
I didn't see it
A
coming. What do you think? What do you think happened against Manchester City? Were they just too inferior, or were just
I think they just
the
underestimated
off-court problems that?
I think they underestimated them. I feel like a lot of the big teams disappointed me this season. Paris Saint-Germain disappointed me again.
Well, did Bayern score one goal in when second leg against
I don't think they
Allianz
did.
Arena? It was either 1-0 or 1-1, but I'm pretty sure it was
No, I'm
1-0.
pretty sure it's 1-0. They
I
didn't.
think Kimmich had a penalty at the end. I can't remember, but they still got destroyed. You know.
Yeah, they got wrecked.
Bayern doesn't lose like they don't lose like that. Bayern
Yeah.
don't lose 3-0.
Bayern disappointed me.
Yeah.
PSG disappointed me too.
Yes.
What was the score? They lost to City, didn't they? What was the score?
No, Paris lost. Paris Saint-Germain lost to Bayern,
Yes,
but
exactly.
the first game didn't play well. Mbappe came on second half. Second game it didn't show much. Paris.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're a team
But you have a
with
team,
so many
yeah, you have-
superstars. You can't even score one goal. You can't even score one goal. Come on, bro. Really?
They were supposed to beat Bayern. They were supposed to beat Bayern, Paris Saint-Germain, with that
They
talent.
didn't, right? So yeah, Bayern disappointed me. PSG disappointed me. Real Madrid disappointed me. The team that impressed me the most, Milan. Or even Inter.
So
Right.
between Napoli, Inter, and Milan, so between the Italian clubs, the Italian clubs impressed you the most this
They
season.
impressed me a lot. Yeah,
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And who do you say was? Well, we covered the opposite of the Champions League season. It was AC Milan beating Napoli because
Yes.
nobody saw that coming.
Yes.
That was pretty shocking. No offense to AC
Yes.
Milan. This is
Yeah.
not AC Milan of Shevchenko, Kaká,
No, it's not. Not even close.
Sidorf. No, it's a
Zidane,
great AC Milan.
Kaká,
But it's not that.
Ronaldinho.
Leao was who had a really great season in the Champions League, especially. But who do you think was the best player in the Champions League season? Who do you think deserves the prize for that? Is it Osimhen, who scored a lot of goals for Napoli, or is it maybe Benzema for scoring some important goals, especially against Liverpool? I think he scored a brace in that game.
Probably Benzema. Yeah, I would say so. Benzema did well in the Champions League. Right?
Because of how well he was doing with his club kind of struggling in both domestic league and the Champions League without having they didn't struggle that bad, but for Real Madrid standards,
No, they struggled.
It's not a great
For Real
season.
Madrid standards,
Yeah.
they struggled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably Benzema. But even Osimhen though, he pretty much kind of almost single-handedly carried that team.
yeah,
Right, but he does it in Serie A too. He carries the team. He's like a one. No, it's not a one-man team, but he's definitely like.
no, I think he's the main guy. Yeah,
The reason why they're so good.
Anguissa too. Anguissa, who was always a great player, but he impressed me at Napoli a lot. he turned into this pivotal player. He was a great player at Fulham, but he was not this good. He turned into this. He had a fantastic season, man. He even scored some key goals in the Champions League and in their Serie A campaign.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And maybe the last thing before we finish this podcast.
Yes.
What's your prediction for the Champions League final? Who do you think is going to win? What do you think is going to happen? How does Manchester City beat Inter Milan? How does Inter Milan beat Manchester City? City, they have Haaland.
Yes. Which
a monster of a man.
isn't he the top? Isn't he the top goal scorer in the Champions League?
I think in the Champions League and the Premiership.
Yes.
How do you think? Okay, but honestly, we think Manchester City is probably going to win. How do you think Inter Milan can stop the party? What can they do? Their defense?
Park the bus.
Yeah, park the bus.
That's all they can do. Just park the bus and pray to Jesus that they're not gonna that Haaland is not gonna get the ball, and maybe somehow get lucky and get a breakaway goal, and maybe score 1 or 2 goals or 1 goal and park the bus and have the whole team in the box defending, have the whole 11 men in the box defending, and just pray to the Lord that they don't mess up somehow. That's one way. I don't see any other way how Inter would beat Manchester City, a team that has so many talents. They have Haaland.
A team that beat Real Madrid. Nobody beats Real Madrid.
They have Haaland. They have De Bruyne. They have
Bernardo Silva, who's having
they have Bernardo
phenomenal
Silva.
year, man.
Yeah, they have everybody.
Jesus.
Yeah, they have Haaland. They have Bernardo Silva. They have Gundogan. They have De Bruyne. They have Stones. They have so many.
Gundogan was underrated. Nobody talks about Gundogan, but
Gundogan is good.
At midfield, he's sharp, man. I don't know. Nobody talks about him.
He was always a beast. He was always a beast.
But don't you feel he was always at least a little underrated? Nobody talks about him.
Yeah.
He won a Bundesliga with Dortmund twice in a row.
Yes.
Champions League final when he lost to Bayern Munich.
Yes, I remember that. I watched that final too.
He's been a key player for Manchester City. He's been a star at Manchester City since he joined. He never sat on the bench, and that's not.
Well, he did have that injury a while back. Remember?
Oh no! Wait. I mean, when he's fit, he's always playing.
Yeah.
When he's fit, he can assist. He can score goals.
Yes.
He has a great crossing ability, superb crossing ability. But I think it's a little underrated. But I always tell my friends, if Inter Milan is going to beat Manchester City, Manchester City has to score first, and they gotta score early.
For them to win?
For Manchester City to win that game.
Yes.
So they gotta be careful, because Inter Milan, a lot of experience. Manchester City are clear favorites, but they gotta be careful.
Mm-hmm.
City want to win it, score first, score fast. I'm saying 10 minutes, max 20 minutes.
Yeah.
If it goes beyond 20 minutes without any goal, it can get tricky. So Manchester City fans, I don't want you to lose. I want them to win that final because I think they deserve it. But you guys gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Inter Milan, they're not in the final for nothing. They did beat AC Milan. It's not the AC Milan of best, but it's still. I'm not gonna swear maybe on this podcast. I'm gonna swear. It's still freaking AC Milan. They still got Leao. Still got Zlatan. Still got.
They got Zlatan. They got.
I'm forgetting some names here.
Rafael, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. What do they have?
Well, why am I forgetting names, man?
Yeah, I'm forgetting names too. Trust.
Oh, he has a brother in the French team, man. Hernandez.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Hernandez, the guy. No, they still got.
Theo Hernandez, right?
Yeah, Theo Hernandez.
Which did he not used to play for Real Madrid?
Yeah, for
right?
small periods.
Yes.
I think just 1 year.
He did not have a good spell with them.
Yeah. It didn't work out sadly.
Yeah.
But they still they beat AC Milan. They beat Benfica. Benfica was I didn't think they were going to beat Benfica. That was surprising for me.
This season. Yeah. It was actually a team that
Paris Saint-Germain couldn't beat them. They played them twice. Paris couldn't beat Benfica this season.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But I say City score first. If you want to win the Champions League, you gotta score first. You gotta score early. Otherwise, and I might miss that final because I'm actually working, which is pretty unfortunate. if I do miss it, I'll watch the replay. And I should ask for a day off very soon. But
Yeah,
so
it's not a good idea.
who do you predict is gonna win it?
Well, obviously because City destroyed Real Madrid, they
Yeah,
absolutely
sadly,
crushed them.
Yeah, I was watching.
I have to give it to City, right?
Even as a Chelsea fan.
They honestly, they obviously deserve it because to be a team and be able to defeat Real Madrid 4-0, the only team that's ever done it was Barcelona. No other team has ever, in my history of being alive on this planet in 27 years, I don't ever recall any other team other than Barcelona beating Real Madrid 4-0.
Right.
Never. Other than Manchester City and Barcelona, never. So I think that City deserve to win it. Do I necessarily want them to win it? No, because they destroyed my team. So I think I'm gonna win. I don't want them to win. I kind of want Inter to win, but hypothetically speaking, I think City have a bigger chance of winning. But again, Inter is a really good team, right? Which is a team that people shouldn't be sleeping on, which I feel like people have been, especially in the Champions League. So I feel like everybody's been sleeping on the Italian teams this season. Everybody be sleeping on them.
Yeah. Yes.
Everybody slept on AC Milan. Everybody slept on Inter Milan.
Even Roma was having a great season.
Everybody slept on
Roma.
Roma.
They lost in the Champions League. Sorry, Europa League final.
Exactly.
Against Sevilla.
Yeah.
But maybe Europa League should be a discussion for another day.
Yeah, well, we'll leave that for another day.
It's interesting what Sevilla is doing. They won many Europa Leagues in the last 10 years.
Sevilla for Europa League for Sevilla is like Champions League for Real Madrid. This is the first time in a very long time that Real Madrid don't win it back to back. The first time in a long time.
Yeah, man.
First time in a very long time. They don't win it back to back, right?
So I guess we both agree. I think Manchester City is going to win.
Yes.
Inter Milan is a great club, but I don't think they're not at the same level. Let's be honest. Manchester City just beat Real Madrid, which is super hard. Manchester City got defense. They got players like Diaz and De Bruyne. The goalkeeper, why am I forgetting his name?
Alisson. No, not Alisson.
The Brazilian guy.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
But anyway, Kyle Walker.
Yes, Kyle Walker.
Phenomenal fullback. And they got Haaland, Foden, but mainly
Haaland, Stones,
Haaland has been the best player.
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, I agree. I think Manchester City are going to win.
Yeah.
So, so I guess we both think, both say Manchester City to win the Champions League. Do you have a final score? I say 2-0 for Manchester City.
I say 2-1. I feel
Manchester City, it's going to be a tighter.
I feel like Inter's probably going to get 1 goal in.
Oh, okay.
1 goal in.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to score it, but they're going to get 1 goal in.
So. Okay. All right, my bro. Thank you very much, man.
No problem, bro. Nice talking to you. It was a pleasure to be on your podcast.
My brother from another mother. I love his family, man. Close family of mine.
Cheers.
Yeah, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. Next week I'll try to bring more guests, female guests. Even kids are allowed on the podcast if they want to talk football. But thank you very much for being a guest on my podcast, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
It was great talking to you. It was a good podcast. I liked it.
Thank you, bro. All right. And see me. Deuces.